Welcome to another live session of Clearing Our Implants. Today we are going to crack the matrix and we will do some powerful work to not only heal ourselves but heal the world. And while we're waiting for everyone to gather, we are going to take a minute and ask everyone to please, let's visualize this session and all participants surrounded in beautiful white light for optimum protection and optimum healing. So please visualize this session and allow yourself to relax Thank you and welcome again. This is a live session in which we will work to clear our implants. My name is Deborah. I will be your host today, and I am a leader with the Sisterhood of the Rose Planetary Network, and you may also know me from my interviews with Cobra. And I am joined today by a fabulous team. We welcome you from around the world. We would like to ask you if you choose in the chat, tell us where you're from. Say hello and tell us where you're from. So let me take a minute just to have our team say hello to you. Hello, May. May is helping on the technical side of things, and love to have her say hello.
Hello there. Hello, everyone. Well, I'm Mai. I'm very happy to participate in this session. I'm part of the Sisterhood of the Rose and the Victory of the Light Spanish teams. And well, tonight, like Debra says, I'm your technical support. So thank you very much for being here with us. And muchísimas gracias a todos los hispanohablantes que hoy nos acompañan en esta internacional transmisión, porque sé que muchos están aquí con nosotros. Gracias a todos. Thank you very much. Thank you, Deborah.
Thank you, May. See, I told you we're a very international audience. And so now we're going to say hello to Felipe.
Hello, this is Felipe, coming to you from the north part of Germany. And we welcome you to this special transmission session for all of us. I'm very glad to be here, and then I usually also lead the sessions in Spanish. And my website is es2012.portal.blogspot.com.
Thank you, Felipe, and for everything that you do. And let's say hello, Cindy. Hi, Cindy.
Hello everyone, I'm Cindy from France. I'm a representative of the Prepare for Change network and I participate in the English and French clearing implant session. And I manage the French Wheel of Mass meditation website. And thanks for being here with us to hack the matrix for the victory of the light.
Yes, victory of the light. Thank you, Cindy, for everything that you do. And hello, Hanukkah from the Netherlands.
Hi, Deborah. Thank you, everyone, for being here, for joining this wonderful session after this beautiful portal day of yesterday. I'm a coach in personal growth and development, and especially focus on transformation of trauma of any kind. I also participate in a lot of earth grid work and light grid work, especially from the 144K done by Jim Tsortzakis and his partner Ida. I'm very happy you're all here, and I wish you a very effective and beautiful session.
Thank you, Hanukkah, and thank you for mentioning that portal yesterday. Very powerful day. We were talking before we started that we feel a little tired today, and so maybe you in the audience do as well. A lot of energy flowing these days. So um, we're glad that you joined us. We're thrilled that you joined us. We welcome any first timers. You're going to be very excited that you're here, and we invite you to continue to do this work with us. And a huge thank you to everyone who attends on a regular basis. Your commitment to this work is astonishing, and we know it's helping you, but it is also helping the planet. So thank you again to everyone for being here today. And I'm trying to show some of these comments where we have people, as you see, from all over the world. And in a little bit, we're going to join our lights together. So, but we're going to move on to this session. I'd like to explain what we're doing here today a little bit to go over the schedule for what we're doing here today, so that you have an idea. And so if we could get that next slide, please, that would be great. Let me just show a few more people. Yeah, let's see. Here's a nice comment for Cindy. Yes, we love Cindy's enthusiasm.
Thank you very much.
That was from Katie Jane. Let's see. Okay. All right. So first, we're going to explain what the implants are. We're going to talk for about 5 minutes just to explain what the implants are so that you fully understand the importance of this work that we're doing. And then we need to prepare ourselves for doing the work. So we do 3 preparation exercises. We do a protection protocol. We invoke Command 1221, and then we also invoke the I Am Presence and the Goddess. So these are very powerful preparation exercises that we will be doing that are absolutely necessary before we go on to the core exercises. And those 3 core exercises are a contract cancellation, in which we will be canceling our contracts that we have made with the dark forces. And then we do 2 very important triangulation exercises. These are the exercises that actually work to dissolve the implants. And one is called I Am God, and one is called Sex is Love. And I will explain more of those as we get closer to those times so that you fully understand that. Then we'll leave a little bit of time open for your comments, questions, and sharing of your experiences. And then today, for those of you that would like and feel guided, we invite you to stay on with us for an extra 15 minutes at the end, in which we will together do the meditation for peace for the Russia-NATO situation. As we all know, the situation is very much escalating, and there actually is every 4 hours there's organized meditations for this situation. So we are going to do that together. Remember, there's power in numbers. That's why we do this work together. That's why we do these sessions, because there is power in numbers, in anything that you can do with a group, if possible, at least 3 or more. But we're many people, thousands around the world today. So just imagine how powerful our work is. So let me just, so I want to also emphasize that we do some of these exercises that we're doing today, we have translated in other languages. And as you can see on the next slide, we've listed languages in which we have the exercises translated. So if you prefer, you can go to the website we have listed here, victorialuminous.fr/clearing-implants. And you can go to that website and you can find one of these languages with the exercises translated. So feel free to do that. Just make sure you come back to the live broadcast. And so we just want to, this is an English international session. So we want to make sure we try to make it as friendly for everyone as we can. So let us move on to explaining what the implants are. This is very important to understand for the newcomers. And also it's a great um, reference or review for those of you that have heard this before. So, just so that we fully understand how important it is that we work to remove these implants. And see, these implants are something that we're not taught about. It's not like we learn about these in school when we learn about the body or anything like that. Or, we're not even taught in school about our non physical bodies, right? So, this is something they've kept very secret. And when I say they, I mean the dark forces. They don't want us to know about our non-physical bodies or about these implants. And it was about 25,000 years ago that the dark forces took humanity hostage and they created Quarantine Earth. And what they did was they created a virtual reality control system that is usually referred to as the Matrix. And that's why we talk about hacking the Matrix. So the implants are one of the means of control that the dark forces use to maintain this matrix. They are programmable crystals that continue to be put into the mental, astral, and etheric bodies of every human upon incarnation. So these are in your non physical bodies. These implants create a space time black hole anomaly, thus confusing human mind and emotions. So these and I'll explain this in a moment too, these really do confuse and mess with our minds and our emotions. Every person on the planet has three primary implants that we will describe that next. And each implant holds belief systems that limit our spiritual evolution. So, the light forces a while back have begun with the gradual clearing of these implants, but we can help in this process by using the techniques that we're going to be doing here together today. And when we work together as light workers and light warriors, when we work and act together with the light forces, it really helps to facilitate their action to liberate the planet. And as we all know, we want the liberation to happen as soon as possible. And so, again, thank you so much for being here today to make that happen. Let me show you in a diagram where these implants are located. There are two located in the frontal lobe above the eyebrows. Remember, these are in our non-physical bodies, and these are the vertical implants, and these were placed here by the dark to separate us from source, to separate us from our higher self. So these affect our decision-making skills. They stir up our survival fears. They block our intuition, and they create that feeling of separation and loneliness that most people, I should say, many people on the planet experience, especially light workers. That feeling like I'm alone, or I can't connect to source, or when you try to meditate, there's interference, that type of thing. So that's because of these implants that are located in our head. And so, what we're going to do to help dissolve those, we do an exercise called I Am God. And then we will work on the horizontal implant. This is the third primary one. And this is located in the solar plexus area, about 4 centimeters above the navel. And this implant was placed here to create a separation between our heart and our sexuality. So, our heart energy and our sexual energy. And it creates a separation between men and women, and it creates a a conflict between men and women in terms of having different ideas of what sex is and what love is. And so this is what causes many of the conflicts between men and women in relationships, causes division, separation. It blocks our emotions, it blocks our creativity, and it suppresses our important Kundalini energy. So, we're going to do an exercise to help dissolve this implant, and that is called Sex is Love. And these implants are reimplanted each time we are incarnated. So over and over again, we are reimplanted each time we incarnate. And this is to make sure that we are kept in a place of amnesia and that our vibration is kept lower. Because can you imagine without these implants, just how beautiful our connection with Source would be, how beautiful our connection with our higher self would be, and how beautiful our connection would be in relationships and with each other if we could have unification between our heart center and our sexual center. So this is the goal of what we're doing with these sessions to dissolve the implants. So we're we have some powerful work to do, and now I'm going to turn this over to Cindy, who's going to explain a few guidelines.
Thank you, Deborah. Yes. So, 4 main points. You can redo the exercises of the session on your own whenever you want, but you must absolutely respect the order of the protections and exercises for your energetic safety. 1. You need to do the protection protocols in order to protect yourself to avoid interference from dark entities. Secondly, you have to invoke your I am presence to legitimize the contract cancellation with the dark forces. Thirdly, you need to cancel your soul contracts. And fourthly, you write the opposite statements from exercises 5 and 6. So you can also simply redo the protocols and exercises by following one of the recordings from the session. It's very simple. So do not hesitate to do it on your own.
Yes, I agree, Cindy. Absolutely. We do invite you to do these sessions. They are recorded as often as you like. And Cindy, you were also going to share this quote from Cobra as well.
Yes. Now, you probably ask yourself some questions like, are these sessions really useful? Do I really need to attend them? Do they have any concrete effects on the physical and non-physical planes? Do they really make a difference? In December 2021, our sister Deborah interviewed the Pleiadian contactee Cobra about our sessions. Here is what he said. These sessions have assisted quite much, and I would encourage everybody who is involved in these sessions, if they feel so guided, to continue the sessions, to expand these sessions, because these are a really helpful tool for the light forces to clear the implants faster and more efficiently. What people can achieve is deprogramming, dissolution of limiting belief systems, liberation of consciousness. That can definitely be a result of this clearing process. So, by attending our sessions regularly, you are, each of you, a resistant and a light warrior who participates directly in the planetary liberation by helping the light forces. Not only you are liberating yourself individually, but you are also participating in the liberation of all humanity. So continue the fight with us in unity.
Thank you, Cindy. Very powerful words. So thank you for sharing that so much. And I also wanted to share a comment real quick from Hanukkah. She said, "We ourselves are the co-creating forces of light, of life, light and love that help liberate this planet by removing our implants and raising our consciousness and vibration." So wanted to thank you, Hanukkah, for sharing that very powerful statement as well. So hopefully you have an idea of how important these sessions are. And so let's move on to preparing ourselves to do this work. So the first thing we're going to do is the protection protocol. And this is This is a beautiful video. All you need to do is sit back, relax, and visualize as we listen to the video for 7 minutes. I wanted to point out that this meditation can be found in many languages on the We Love Mass Meditation YouTube channel. This is a beautiful, beautiful meditation to do daily, to start your day, so that you are fully protected throughout your day, and even before you go to bed at night. So listen to it, and let's get ourselves protected with this protocol.
Relax your body, emotions, and mind by focusing on your breath or in any other way that works for you. Visualize a brilliant white vortex of light emanating from your soul star chakra, moving in a clockwise direction downwards throughout your body, purifying the energy fields of your physical, plasma, etheric, emotional, and mental bodies. Maintain this vortex by connecting it to the source of universal light and program it to maintain all your energy bodies purified. Visualize an egg-shaped, semi-permeable mirror shield around your auric field of your physical, plasma, etheric, astral, and mental bodies. This mirror shield allows all positive energies into your energy field, but reflects and bounces all negative energies back to their source. Program this mirror shield to alert you when any type of negative energy is directed your way, and let it reflect it back to its origin. Visualize light rearranging all parts of yourself and all parts of your energy fields back into a state of balance and harmony. While doing this, you can hum the mantra Om, because Om is the primeval sound of light, and its resonance will restore harmony most effectively.
As I mentioned, that is a wonderful meditation to start your day with, and you can access that protective sphere anytime throughout the day if you're dealing with a challenging situation or people. Sometimes what I do, I say activating mirror. I call it my mirror sphere, and activating mirror sphere, and then I just do a quick visualization of myself protected in that beautiful sphere of light that I had created earlier in the day. So um, that meditation is translated into multiple languages, and we put that link in the chat as well. So now we are moving on to our exercise number 2 for our preparation exercises. And in this one, we will invoke Command 1221. And I'm turning this over to Cindy, and she will guide us through this exercise. Thank you, Cindy.
Thank you, Deborah. So, a special surface task force has been formed on the motherships of the light forces, with global teams working on the planetary energy grid and personal teams working on assisting the individual light workers and light wires, monitoring and evaluating their development and preparing them for contact and their missions. Each of us is linked to a multidimensional Pleiadian galactic team who uses Stardust technology to scan us remotely and assist us. The command 1221 has two main functions. The first one is to help us, to assist us, even in case of emergency. The first time you say this protocol, a personal team will be formed, and each time you invoke the protocol after that, your personal team will check your status and help whenever and however they can. And the command 1221 also has a communication function. You can use it to communicate with your team. You can make requests, thank your team, or just talk to them. Now, you have two ways to invoke this protocol. You can repeat 3 times in a row in your head command 1221, or you can repeat 3 times in a row out loud command 1221. It is more efficient to say it out loud. And when you use this protocol out loud, articulate well, feel what is happening throughout your body, and be aware of the sensations. And you can use this code whenever you want, every day, even several times a day, even at night. But be aware that it is not a complete and automatic physical, energy, and spiritual protection. You are not invincible. So now we are going to let you 1 minute to repeat 3 times in a row out loud command 1221.
Thank you, Cindy. This is a very, very useful tool to use. And as Cindy said, you can use it whenever you need it. We have called in our teams. We are supported and surrounded by our teams. And what I like to do is just take a moment to visualize your team around you. Feel their presence, feel their love, feel their support, their guidance, whatever it is you need from them. And then let us also visualize all of us around the planet with our teams around us, the brilliant light of these high frequency beings. And let us visualize this light merging together, all of us around the planet, contributing to the strength of the light grid. Just visualize all of these teams of high frequency beings united, all of us united together. This is very powerful. So let us continue. Now we will move on to exercise number 3, the third of our preparation exercises. And this, again, is another very, very powerful exercise. This is actually an invocation, and we are going to connect to the I Am Presence with this. And then we will be invoking the goddess immediately afterwards. And so I am going to turn this over to Hanukkah, who will lead us through this exercise. Thank you, Hanukkah.
Thank you, Deborah. I would like to add to the former exercise with calling in the teams, command 1221, a beautiful comment that our Sisterhood of Rose goddess Zeva said once. He said, "You can work together with your light team as an equal and co-create planet liberation with them as co-workers. You will love how the relation with your light team strengthens." So I just wanted to share that with all of you before doing this exercise.
Thank you, Hanukkah. That was beautiful.
You're welcome. In this exercise, we're going to connect to the I Am Presence. And after that, we invoke the presence of the goddess to our session, to our reality, and into our physical body. As usual, we're going to connect to the I Am Presence first. And after that, we invoke the goddess. When we connect to the I Am Presence, we legitimate the contract cancellation that we are going to do in the next step. We all have contracts with the dark forces, but now we can cancel them layer by layer. And we dissolve the implants in our forehead that are designed to separate us from the I Am Presence and from the source. So now we are going to reconnect. Close your eyes and relax. take a few deep, deep breaths. You breathe in brilliant white light, and you breathe out brilliant white light. First, I'm going to say 2 invocations very slowly so you can repeat them. And say them out loud if possible. I call upon the pillar of pure white light to descend upon me and to form around me. I call upon the presence of the I am that I am. I ask the presence of the I am that I am to join and merge with me. Now I visualize and call upon the energy to move upward inside the pillar of light in the direction of higher light through my crown chakra at the top of my head. I energize my chakras one by one. My earth star chakra, about 0.5 meter below my feet. My first root chakra. My second sacral chakra. My third solar plexus chakra. And then my fourth heart chakra. Then on to my fifth throat chakra. Moving on smoothly to my sixth, third eye chakra. And then arriving at the seventh crown chakra. And then I energize and harmonize my eighth soul star chakra, my ninth spirit star chakra, up to my 10th universal chakra, then to my 11th galactic chakra. Some of you may feel getting taller and taller, and then arriving, energizing, harmonizing my 12th chakra, the divine gateway. In my 12th chakra, I meet, merge, and unite with the I Am presence. Feel that for a moment, how you meet, merge, and unite with your I Am presence. You can feel your heart becoming warm. Feel tingling sensations. Just let it flow. And then you bring back the presence and imbue your body with the presence. I imbue my body with the presence from the top of my head all the way to the bottom of my feet and all the way down to the core of Gaia. Take a deep, deep breath and keep your eyes closed. Relax. Breathe deeply. Breathe in that source energy. And this time you don't need to repeat what I am saying. Just relax. Breathe deeply and visualize a loving feminine presence, a beautiful, warm, caring, and tender, and also a very powerful goddess descending from the sky and entering your physical body. Her presence is harmonizing our inner woman, our inner divine feminine, and makes us more loving. Feel her presence in your body. And while you feel her presence in your body, you can visualize that men and women are living in perfect understanding, in pure love. Our society is living in peace and harmony. Our wounds are healing, and we all have a connection with our soul and the source, in perfect balance of our inner male and female aspects. Stay united with her presence for a few moments.
Thank you, Hanukkah. That was so beautiful. Whew, I'm floating, I think. I wanted to just stay in that place forever. So thank you for that. But we do have to move on to do what we came here to do today, and that is our core exercises. So now that we are fully protected and connected to high vibrational energies, we are prepared to move on to doing these core exercises. And so let me just explain real quick a little bit more about these exercises. I would like to let you know that you will need paper and something to write with, because we are going to actually be writing these exercises out. Not typing them on a computer, but actually writing them with your hand, the good old fashioned way, and writing them out. So the first thing we're going to be writing out is a contract cancellation. And we're going to present you with this contract cancellation. You will write it out, and then you will read it out loud to yourself. And then we will move on to the 2 triangulation exercises, in which on a piece of paper, you're going to write the words, for the first one, I am God, I am not God, over and over. And the second one, you'll write the words sex is love, sex is not love, over and over. And we're going to explain when we do those why we do these 2 contradictory statements and what power that has. But let's move on first to the contract cancellation. Let's start with that. And as Hanukkah had mentioned, we are doing this to. Let me just explain real quick. Because people get a little bit confused sometimes, especially if it's your first session. You think that doing one session will remove the implants completely. We wish that were true. But remember, these implants have been here for a very, very long time. They're they've been programmed to be to have very powerful control over us. So one session likely will not remove the implants, but you can experience some really powerful healing and insights during these sessions. And again, at the end, we do invite you to share your experiences if you would like in our chat, and we'll share those. And so this is why we encourage you to attend these sessions on a regular basis, because if you do them consistently over time, the effects of the clearing will increase. And they will increase more, especially as the light forces also gain momentum in their clearing process. So it's a building process. So again, we do invite you to attend these sessions as often as possible. Invite as many people as possible to do these, because as I mentioned, there's power in numbers. So please, spread the word about these sessions. So let us move on to our next exercise. This is the contract cancellation that we will be doing. So please make sure that you have your writing utensil and paper ready. And what we are going to do on your paper is you are going to write the words out that you see here. And so this is how this goes. In the name of I am that I am, in the name of the divine soul presence that I am, I cancel and nullify all my contracts and agreements in the past, present, and future made between any part of my being and the dark forces. I decree and I command that all consequences of these contracts and agreements are null and void and are completely and permanently erased from my reality. I am now a sovereign and free being of light from now and for all eternity. So be it, and so it is. So be it, and so it is. So be it, and so it is. And then you will sign your name at the bottom the way you would do your signature. And then what we ask you to do, we're going to give you 8 minutes to do this whole exercise. So then what we're asking is to read it out loud to yourself. We're not going to ask you to do it here or anything like that, but if you can, read it out loud and read it with as much emotion and conviction as possible. Remember, in the manifestation process, emotion is a very key ingredient to that. When you combine emotion with your thoughts and words, that is the juice, the fertilizer that starts the creation process. And so that's what you want to do with this contract cancellation. Read it out loud with emotion, feel it, say it like you mean it, and don't be embarrassed. If you close your door, whatever you have to do, but really say it like you mean it. And so we're going to put on some soft music, and we're just going to give you 8 minutes to do this contract cancellation. Remember, you're writing these words out. And if you would like to find those in one of those other languages, we do invite you to go to that link we gave you earlier to find it in your language. Otherwise, you can write it in English. And so write this out, sign it, and then say it out loud, and we'll meet you back here in 8 minutes. And so I would like to share before we move on to the triangulation exercises, I would just like to share a couple of comments that our dear Hanukkah has posted. She posted this while we were writing. As you copy the text that is shown, feel into it as you write it. Ground and center yourself, and that is very, very important. And then she also says, after finishing it, sign it with your own name, carry it with you if you feel so guided. And that's one thing we do suggest, is that you keep this, and that you also carry it around with you and read it. Um, maybe you keep it next to your bed and read it when you start your day in the morning, or read it before you go to bed, or you keep it in your wallet or your purse, so that as you travel through your day, you can reference it. So, and I wanted to share, she also said, I love this. We have always been sovereign, free, and divine beings of light and love. We just need to remove the veils that made us forget. Isn't that the truth, Hanukkah? Yeah, that's beautiful. And I know when I write this out, I always capitalize the words sovereign and free, just because I feel it so powerfully. And we all innately remember that. Excuse me, and know that we have always been sovereign and free, and that's why we want that. We have that desire so much to be that again. So, but we're working on it. Um, okay. Stay in your path. Noticed our new beautiful soundtrack. Well, thank you. That's to our um, technical person, May, who created that for us. So big shout out to May for that beautiful soundtrack. We were commenting how much we loved it as well. Um, okay. Um, yeah, and there's some other comments, but I will well, I might as well share them right now. Let's see. Um, Katie Jane has mentioned, so tired today. Every exercise is intense. Doesn't it feel a lot more intense today so far? I was thinking that same thing too, Katie Jane, and it very well could be because of, I just got goosebumps. Okay, truth bumps. As I was about to say, it's could be because of the portal yesterday. So I think that's what's going on, and where everything is magnified, and in a good way. So, but be gentle with yourself. If you're feeling tired, take your rest time. Please, we remind you on all these exercises, drink plenty of water. Especially when with us about to do the triangulation exercises. Um, we are flushing toxins out of ourselves, and so it's very important to drink a lot of water, maybe take an Epsom salt bath, or take your rest, whatever you need. We have to take good care of ourselves. So yeah, so let us move on. Oh, Hanukkah said, yeah, love that, truth bumps, exactly. Um, so we're moving on to the triangulation exercises, and Felipe is going to be presenting these to us. And Felipe, would you like to explain the what these triangulation exercises are, or do you want me to? It's up to
Gladly,
you.
Deborah, I will do it.
Okay, thank you so much, Felipe.
Right. So, in these triangulation exercises, what we call triangulation is to identify, to find them out, and then to try to remove them. Okay. So, in these exercises, we will write two contradictory statements, and this is going to help you to put your mind in the positive state, or in a proper state, so you can get rid of these two opposing things. So you do this to decrease the implant's effects in your mind by placing it on the other polarity. For instance, the vertical implants above your eyebrows create the primary belief that I am not God. So when you write I am God and put yourself in that state, and then you write I am not God and put yourself in that state, you bring your mind in both alternate states, which then begins to dissolve the implants. It starts to dissolve the protection that the implants have, so the life forces can easily remove them. And this is something that we can do for ourselves, and it greatly improves the chance that we are free from them. This is the same for the horizontal implant above your navel that programs you with the basic message that sex is not love. So when you write the two alternating affirmations, sex is love and sex is not love, you decrease the effect of the implant and it begins to clear. So this is important to remember because it is like, for example, placing something in hot water, hot water, cold water until it dissolves. So until it's not there. And once you find that you are not being pulled from either or, then you are free to choose what you want. Okay, so that's the idea. Now, keeping that in mind, we are going to start our exercise number 5. And let's see. You remember that we have these two implants above the foreheads that stop us from feeling the presence of God in our lives, or the presence of the source on our lives. And it gives us feelings of loneliness, which is really something that if we actually ponder about this, shouldn't be, because we feel that we have a total company of people in other dimensions with us, but however sometimes we feel lonely. So the situation is that these implants are working very strongly on us, so they actually um, disconnect us from the source, from our higher self, and from everything else. Once you do this exercise, you're going to start clearing up the effects of those implants and start feeling an excellent connection with your higher self, with the source, and with everybody which is in your entourage. So that group of people in other dimensions that is helping you on your mission on the earth. And so let's keep in mind this when we write, for example, I am God and I am not God. We can also replace these statements by I am one with the source, or I am not with the source, and so on. So we can use any phrase that help us to get into that state that we are together with the Godheit, with the presence of the source on our lives, and we take our minds directly to the opposite state when we write I am not God, or I am not with the source, and then we feel all that disconnection. Okay, so the idea is to alternate into both, and then just do it in your own language if you want to do this. And the more consciousness, the more mental effort you put on these affirmations, the strength of your intention, it is important. This is much more important than the lines that you write. So we are going to play some music now, and then we are going to see each other or hear each other in 8 minutes, and then I will be back. Thank you. Thank you, dear friends, for doing this exercise number 5 with us. One thing before we jump to the next exercise, there's a question that sometimes shows up, which says, why do we have to write it? Why we just don't do it in our mind? Okay, there's a little explanation that I can present to you all already, and it is the following. I once joined a speed reading class, and the teacher told us that it would be better to move our finger on top of the lines that we were reading. And I noticed that this helped me a lot to concentrate on what I was reading, and also helped me to do this at the proper pace. Okay, right now we are not doing this as fast as possible, but the thing is, or the reason is to gain concentration. So when we start writing, when we start feeling this, when we start seeing what we are writing, we are connecting our entire energy, our brain, our arms, our hands, our pencil, everything. And then when we write, then we are seeing what we are writing, and it starts to make sense much more. It's like a loop in between your eyes, your brain, your arms, your hands, and so on, and your pencil. So it started to create a loop, and that is very positive for our concentration. And the more concentration we have, the more energy we put on it, then it is going to be better for the message to sink into our subconscious. And this is the way it works. So it helps to do this with a lot of consciousness, with a lot of concentration, and to write it. And we do this for 8 minutes because of internet time reasons, but when we are alone, we can do this for 15 minutes at least, and then we are going to start experiencing something very powerful going in our minds, in our entire body. And this is the reason why we suggest to do this at least for 15 minutes. All right, and so now we are going to step on exercise number 6, and the same way, we are going to explain now what are we going to do. This exercise is called Sex is Love, Sex is Not Love. If you remember, this implant that is above the navel, it blocks the Kundalini and it separates the energies in us. It separates the feminine energy, it separates the masculine energy, and it is responsible for most of the problems that we have in our relationships. Okay, because we see the relationship in a different way. When we approach to it, a man and a woman see this relationship quite differently. And this is, we do not have to blame ourselves, okay? We have to make sure that we understand that most of these problems are coming because of these implants. And now when we are going to work have to remove these implants, we are going to, the same way, start writing sex is love and feeling, and experimenting all these beautiful feelings about sex is love. And then we are going to go to the other side, sex is not love. And then we are going to, the same way, experience, and then try to well soak up the information. And then we go to sex is love, and then we go back and forth until we destroy this implant, we destroy the protection of this implant. And one good positive thing that I have found about this is that we start seeing the world, we start seeing the relationship the other way, the way the other person sees it. Okay, and this is extremely important for us because once we start removing these blockages from our minds, removing these blockages from our bodies, then everything starts coming into place, and then we understand why is it that the other person is behaving a way that we are perhaps thinking is not the proper way. Okay, so we are going to play some music, and we are going to start writing down in our own language, if possible, and put some effort, some consciousness on it, and let the lines flow in front of your eyes and start feeling sex is love, sex is not love. So we are going to start with the music now, and then we hear each other in 8 minutes. friends, for doing these exercises together with us. And I hope that you have enjoyed them. And then, as we know, the effects of these exercises will show up in your lives, sometimes immediately, sometimes in the week. Please pay attention to how your circumstances change in your life along the way. And it is always recommended to drink a lot of water. And if you wish so, you can destroy exercise number 5 and number six, and throw them to the bin and forget about them. And the contract cancellation you can keep. And if you want to do these exercises by yourself, please take at least 15 minutes. And then, um, of course, always based on the protection and everything else that you have learned on this session. Very well. And now we are going to continue, and we are going to start sharing some comments and questions. And if you have any questions, please put them on the chat so we can show them and then answer them. Perhaps, Deborah, if you have an idea how to how to continue with this session and interact with the audience, that would be great. Let's see if we can find out some questions to answer or some comments to share. That would be important to us in this moment.
Yes. Thank you, Felipe, for presenting that so well. And I just realized that the global meditation for the Russia NATO peace meditation is actually, it just started a couple of minutes ago. So I'm actually wondering if we should move into that right now so that we can combine our energies with the energies of the global community.
That should be great.
Yeah, I just realized that or unless I'm off by, you know what? I think I might be off by an hour. I apologize. Cuz yeah. Can someone confirm that, please? I'm so sorry. Yeah, I feel like it's an hour ago. I apologize. I knew it was on the half an hour, but if someone could
Well,
research that.
yeah,
In the meantime, if there are comments, we can move to those. I'll go through the comments if somebody on the team can double check what time that global meditation is. Remember, as I said, it takes place every 4 hours. And or you can do it on your own as you feel so guided. So it's not necessary that you do that in the every 4-hour window. You can do it whenever it's convenient for you. We will definitely be doing it today at to wrap up this session. So we do invite you to stay on if you can for that extra 15 minutes. We've built some amazing energy here today. I hope you all can feel that. And we can use this energy to put that into the situation that is taking place now over with Ukraine and Russia. So, Felipe, were you going to say something?
Yes, I do agree that it is very important to do this NATO Russia meditation because no matter what time, it will. We all need to join and then do this together. And our audience is fantastic right now. So let's do that, and then we can start comments and questions.
Okay. And so, Hanukkah, you looked it up, and what time is that? Is that taking place right now?
No, Deborah, that took place at 9:30 European time, so that's about an hour ago.
Yeah, I'm sorry. It just popped into my head. I looked at my clock here, and I'm in the United States, so you always have to do the translation for the time zones, and I have. I'm trying to keep track of all the different daily meditations that are taking place and what time they are. There's a lot going on our planet right now, so we could do a couple of comments, and then move into the meditation. How does that sound, everybody?
Perfect.
So yeah, great. Let me just here's a question that DCMKV2 said, "Do I need to rip up the sex's love and I am God papers before I bin them?" Hey, I would say yes. You put some energy into it. Feel it. That's the fun of disposing of these things is you can add the energy of feeling it and just saying, I am done being manipulated. I am done being having my thoughts and emotions controlled. I now take control of my life. I am a free and sovereign being. And as Felipe so beautifully pointed out when he was explaining these implants, by creating that neutrality that we do with the two opposing statements, we create that place of neutrality so that we can choose how we feel. Because right now, these implants control a lot of how we feel and how we think. And so it's really important to get to that place of neutral so we can choose. We can choose that we want to be connected to source. We choose to be connected to source. We choose to have a beautiful relationship with the opposite gender. We choose to have our heart centers and our sexual centers united in oneness. So I would say, yeah, if you really tear it up, burn it, whatever you would like to do. So um, let's see. And if anyone on the team wants to jump in on any of these,
So, just a quick comment regarding this. We are not throwing to the bin. I am connected with the source and sex is love. No, we are throwing to the bin the programming that comes with the implants. We are getting rid of the implants. We are doing this symbolic gesture of releasing, of getting rid of, and so on. This is what we. This is the reason why we just destroy them. You can rip them off. You can throw them to the bin. You can burn them. You can do whatever you want, but just don't keep them. Okay, because that programming needs to go away.
yes, thank you for pointing that out. We have to get more and more used to working in the non-physical worlds, in working with these energy fields, because our physical body is only a small portion of who we truly are, and so much takes place in the non-physical. And the dark ones know this, and this is why they use these fields so much for the work that they do. And so, as Felipe said, it's not just about throwing away that piece of paper. It's really about you are releasing the programming. And so I think if you have that intention in your mind when you're doing it, it's that much more powerful. You may even want to state, I now release this programming that no longer serves me. you know that something like that might be a good mantra to say as you do this. So um so thank you for that great question. Yeah, stay on your path. Hey, thank you for being here. We love to see you as a regular attendee. Said, I felt extremely sleepy today while doing the triangulation exercises. You know, as we said before, we're all feeling a little kind of sleepy today or tired or I kudos to all of you for being here today, because this work is can be a little tiring in itself. Remember, it's energy work, and we are moving energies and remove removing programming and such, and that's why we do guide you to take your rest and drink your water. So maybe on top of that portal, but remember, yesterday was a manifestation portal, and so the energy of that portal is still very, very active. And so the work we're doing today, I feel, has extra power. And that could be why some of us are feeling a little extra sleepy, especially with doing these exercises.
Yes, whatever it is, what is happening, portals, energies, solar flares, the disturbance in the society, and so on. Every time we do these exercises, there is different energy in the environment, and that means that it's going to act in a different way. And it also depends, obviously, from the state that we are. And for example, I was yesterday feeling like I had to do some introspection of myself. No, I stay quiet. I wanted to be connected with my guides and so on, and that was actually extremely easy to do. And one good thing to remember is that this is not only pertaining to one day. okay, but it is pertaining to many days around us, so we can still ride, we can surf this wave of enlightenment, of ascension, of many many good things that comes to us, that are coming to us.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for sharing that, Felipe. Um, I wanted to share another comment. Um, I am Reiki. Um, to feel, I would see pictures that relate to the different statements and had release. Oh, so I think what you're saying is that you were visualizing these different statements and that helps you to release. If you'd like to confirm that, I am Reiki, if that's what you meant. And visualization is really powerful. That's what we do in all of our guided meditations is we visualize, visualize the pillar of pure white light, visualize the in a few minutes when we do the um, peace meditation, we will be visualizing the goddess presence coming in. And so that visualization is very, very important. So so you have confirmed that's what you meant. So thank you for that. That's a great tip. If someone if you're having maybe if you feel like you'd I'm not sure that I'm feeling this enough. Um, bring in the visuals, whatever that means for you. So let's see. Synip, what would you suggest to ease the pain when around the eyes or where the implants are hurt? That's a great one.
If I may,
Yes, please.
okay. So we have to remember that the implants are not in the physical body, but this is something. There is something in chemistry called precipitation. Okay, so it precipitates it, mm, makes it solid in the physical, and so all these effects of the implants come down and also could affect the physical body, as it has been our experience. Because sometimes when we do these exercises, something very, very strongly starts happening in the body. Okay, so my suggestion would be that you start sending light to those areas of the body which are connected or related to the areas of the implants, but especially to the mental, emotional, and etherical body where those implants are. So you can visualize that you are being bathed with light everywhere, and that is going to help to ease the pain. Okay, we have a lot of power in those dimensions as well, and that's the reason why we have to concentrate our efforts in doing everything around our bodies as well. Okay, so mm, in this situation, eventually, it's going to also help the physical body. And one moment of intense relaxation could help to soften this pain. And there are Pleiadian statements or affirmations that you can use to reduce the pain. For example, there was something that to ease the pain, perhaps the team could help me to point it out. Um, which was the this one, but then also you can use, for example, what we have used in this mm, session, that is the command 1221. And so you can also ask your galactic family, your galactic team, to help you to ease the pain. All right.
Yeah, thank you, Felipe. And it just occurred to me too that if you have about 20 or 30 minutes where you can lie down, you can also use the command 771. Remember that one works for emotional healing. And there is a chance if you are feeling some type of pain when doing this work, anywhere in your body, it could be something in emotional memory or some trauma is being agitated or triggered or coming to the surface to be released. And so you can ask the galactic teams through command 771 by saying that 3 times. It is suggested that you lie down when you do this for about 20 minutes because the galactic teams will actually scan your body and do what they can to help you at that time. And then of course things like if it's in your head, massaging your temples or drinking enough water, and just general things that you would do if you're feeling somewhat of like a tension type headache, or because I feel like it is almost like a tension thing, because I'm sure these implants are being resistant and saying, no, we're supposed to be here, we've been put here, and it's like what's going on the planet, the battle between the light and the dark. I want to stay, no, you need to go, that kind of thing. So just be kind and patient and loving with yourself, and don't look at it as a sign like something is wrong. It's actually a sign that probably you're doing some powerful good work. So thank you for that comment. I made a note and I dug up a comment that, again, from I Am Reiki. This was earlier after doing the I Am Presence. And I didn't want to interrupt the flow of the goddess meditation, but I just thought this was such a beautiful comment. I am one with my I Am Presence. I am with the I Am Presence of all the heart's humanity. As I am lifted up, all of humanity is lifted up. I am an open door no one can close. I just thought that was such a beautiful comment. So thank you for that inspiration. I Am Reiki. And let's see. Oh, going back to the Stay in Your Path said, would Sintamani stone ease the pain? That's a great idea. Use your Sintamani stone if you have one, or even a favorite crystal, that has been cleansed. Of course, we all need to, on a regular basis, keep our stones clean and all that. But I think using a Sintamani or our other crystals would help very much. Um, let's see. I'm just looking at. Oh, Hanukkah. I think she said it's not necessarily to ease or heal the pain, but they do bringing a consciousness about it. So, Hanukkah, would you like to say anything more about that?
Yes, of course. I have a Sintamani stone since 2018 now, and I remember that in the first few weeks when I was wearing it, things could get really, really rough because it would bring up everything in my system that needed to heal or get out. So I would say in that sense, it didn't ease my pain, but it even brought up more pain. So I really had to dose the amount of time I wore the Sintamani stone. And if you read the section about Sintamani stones on Cobra's portal blog, then you can read that that's exactly what Sintamani stones do. They bring up everything in you that needs to be cleared, healed, and so you can do your own mission better, and follow your own compass better. So using it like other crystals to ease pain may not work out the way you would want it to, but it will certainly bring it up so you can find ways to heal and bring yourself on a higher timeline.
There's also a command that was given to us. That is command PB Stardust. Okay, that's a Pleiadian protocol for removal of chronic pain. So we can also keep that in mind. So if we have chronic pain and we feel that because okay, this pain is excruciating, it's all the time with us, we can say out loud, command PB Stardust, command PB Stardust, command PB Stardust. Okay, and the Pleiadians are going to hear this call, and then they're going to try to ease the pain, this chronic pain on us, just in case some of our audience has this problem.
Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Felipe, that reminder. And Hanukkah, great comment about the Sintamani stones. I forgot, I've had mine for so long also. And I forget that is a good, if you're new to the Sintamani stone, it is important that you are just mindful, because it can bring up some things that are very, very deep within you. So I appreciate you sharing that Hanukkah. So Um, well, I think that we're going to wrap the comments so that we can move on to the meditation. I just want to announce when our next session will be. Again, we thank you all so much for those of you who have been here with us today. And we do invite you to stay on for the 15-minute meditation that we'll do in just a moment. Our next session is Wednesday, March 24th, same time, 8 p.m. UTC. And again, spread the word, spread the word, spread the word. The more that attend, the more powerful it will be for yourself, as well as the planet. And you can keep posted of everything that is the sessions, if there are any changes to the schedule or any additions, as well as any global meditations or anything that's going on. You can join our Telegram channel. Victory of the Light, if we could show that on the next slide, the Victory of the Light. We have a channel there, and there is also a very robust chat that you'll want to join if you can. To There we go. Thank you. A lot of interesting comments and insight from some very amazing members there, and of course on We Love Mass Meditation. Um, they have a table for our schedule for the implant sessions as well as sessions in other languages. So you'll want to be sure to check that out as well. And if I could see the next slide, I think. Sorry, I'm not running my slides today. So
It's a reminder of daily meditations.
yeah, and I think that's on the next slide. There we
Mhm.
go. Thank you so much. Yeah, we debated today about which extra bonus meditation to do, but just because of the urgency of the Russian native situation, we're doing that one. But we wanted to make sure that you are very aware of the daily meditations taking place for the two key energy vortexes. And if you're not aware, in a desperate attempt to keep hold of the planet, the dark forces are reinfecting the three key vortexes on the surface of the planet. And they're doing this by sending in as much dark anomaly as possible. And the locations of these vortexes, there's Bukavu in Congo, and then Ljubljana in Slovenia, and Santa Monica, Los Angeles in the US. And so about a month ago, the focus of the dark was on the Ljubljana vortex, which they want to use as the energy pivot to crush Europe into totalitarian Great Reset. And now they are also focusing on the Los Angeles vortex. So a meditation was just added for the Los Angeles vortex. And so these are once a day. These are scheduled as global meditations. The Ljubljana vortex is at 6:45 p.m. UTC, so that's 11:45 p.m. Eastern Time in the United States and 7:45 p.m. in Central Europe. And then the new Los Angeles vortex is at 7:45 p.m. UTC, which is 12:45 p.m. Eastern Time and 8:45 CET time. So they're basically an hour apart. So if you can dedicate some time to meditating and doing the Buddhic column, that's what this meditation is. It's a very beautiful meditation for each of those locations. So please try to do those as often as you can. And of course, keep up and check the We Love Mass Meditation website, because they list everything there with ongoing meditations that are as things come up. Remember, we are in the end stages of liberating this planet, and so um, there may be more chaos and more havoc, and so these meditations are needed more than ever now. And I know it can be frustrating. We're all kind of a little frustrated on how long things are taking, but these meditations do have an impact. In the recent interview I did with Cobra, we talked about this again, and he really emphasized that while we may not see a lot of physical evidence on the planet, what these meditations are doing is to prevent some really horrible things from happening. And so I know we think things are not good right now, but they could be worse, and that's what these meditations, they prevent some really negative scenarios from happening. So it's important that we keep our faith up, we keep our hope up, we keep our trust up, and we commit. Remember, that's we are light workers and light warriors. This is why we incarnated at on the planet, why we're here. We've prepared many lifetimes for this moment in history, universal history, actually. And so, please try to keep the faith, keep the hope, and keep the light shining as bright as you possibly can. And we're here for you. We're here to support you. We're here to support each other. We need each other during these times, and we hope that we see you again in 2 weeks. For our next session, we are going to, unless anyone from the team has anything else to say about that, we'll move on to the peace meditation. Did we get the time wrong? Let's see. On the Jay is saying Los Angeles is at 2:45 Eastern. Oh, is it yeah, can you go back to that slide,
Sure. 1
Felipe?
second. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
going. Mm-hmm.
Did I go? Okay. I don't know. Is that right or is that not right? Let's see. 12:45.
We just need to check on We Love Mass Meditation. That's our
Oh,
source of.
oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I did that. That might have been my mistake.
Mhm.
I might have been thinking about my time zone. So, okay. Well, but thank you for that correction. So, yeah. Does anyone know the right time?
That should be
Actually, please just check We Love Mass Meditation. They have a
Yeah.
beautiful table of all the cities around the planet. You can check and see, where it is for your location. So, okay. But Jay, thank you for pointing that out. Appreciate that. We'll
Yeah,
double
it's
check that.
7:45 p.m. UTC.
UTC. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're right. It is 2:45 Eastern, and it's for the Los Angeles one, and for the Ljubljana one, it would be 1:45 Eastern. So, okay.
All right.
That's what happens when you do things at midnight, right? Okay.
Yeah.
All right, everyone. Let us anything else, or you want to move on, everybody?
We can move on.
Okay, great. So May, if you will queue up that video, we invite you to, for the next 15 minutes, let us bring some peace to this planet so that things can go as smoothly as possible through what is going on right now in that part of the world. And so we will meet you back here in 15 minutes. Thank you.
To a relaxed state of consciousness. State your intent to bring peace and healing to the situation between Russia and NATO. Invoke the violet flame from its primary source to place a circle of protection around you during and after the meditation. Ask it to transmute anything that does not serve the light. Visualize a pillar of pink light emanating from the galactic central sun and then descending down through your body and deep into the center of the earth. Visualize this light flowing through your heart and then through your hands directly to everybody involved in the situations between Russia and NATO, harmonizing everyone and bringing peace. Let the pink light then flow onwards, healing all other conflicts worldwide. ask the goddess presence, the divine feminine, to direct energies of peace and harmony to all unresolved situations between Russia and NATO and everyone involved in these situations. Let these energies then flow onwards and heal all other conflicts worldwide. Allow these energies to continue to flow through your heart and then through your hands into these situations for a few minutes. Goddess wants peace, and peace it will be.
Yes, Goddess wants peace, and peace it will be. And we remind you to, if you're so guided, to please do that urgent meditation every 4 hours as your schedule fits, so that we can bring peace and stability to our world. So we thank you again for joining us today. We appreciate you being here, and we look forward to seeing you next time. And on behalf of myself and the team here today, we say thank you again and victory of the light.